going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Coaches Convos. I'm Coach Will. As always, I'm here with Coach Quan. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like what you see here, be sure to let us know by leaving a like and subscribing, hitting that bell button. New videos come out every Tuesday. If you're listening from Spotify, welcome. Today we're going to talk about kind of what got us to where we're going to be, or what got us to where we were. So, growing up, we both had a lot of different influences and a lot of people that have...
I said most definitely.
Yeah. And we had a lot of people that have said certain things in our lives that have really kind of shaped us and stuff that we still remember to this day. And I remember you and I were talking about this during our last workout. There's certain things that we remember from a decade and a half ago that still holds true to our lives.
Yeah, no, and one of the things was the main thing that we were talking about that I got from one of my old coaches. He was my football coach and lacrosse coach. Coach Hayes, great guy, still to this day. But he would say the line of concentration, and that can apply to anything. When you're walking into work, when you're walking into the gym, when you're walking into football or lacrosse or wrestling, tennis, any type of practice where you need to be focused and locked in for the time being that you're there. So that was one of the things that we talked about. That's something that is still, it happened a decade ago, and we still apply, and we're going to try and keep applying in everyday living. But
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That stuck with you?
So there's a couple. We'll go back and forth because I know you have a few and I have a few. But one of the ones that really stuck out and changed how I viewed life and changed how I viewed perspective and how I kind of keep this attitude that I have is what my middle school principal, Mrs. Fletcher, said. Mm-hmm. She always said at the end of every announcement, every day, Monday through Friday, make it a great day or not, the choice is yours. That holds so true that, at the end of the day, you choose how good of a day you make it. What you're making of your day is all about your mentality and your mindset. And that is something that I still say to this day. I wake up and I think, make it a great day or not, the choice is mine.
Yeah.
Owning that and making that my own.
Yeah, we talked about that. That was pretty funny because it was likewise for me. I had a principal in my junior high school, Dr. McIntyre, who also said the same thing. He would finish off the announcement saying that. So that was something that we both connected on, and we both still do. Likewise, I wake up, say it's going to be a great day, but it's up to you necessarily. How do you want to take it? And that's every day, So
absolutely.
Something you got to apply, something you got to think about. But I'm sure there's so many other things that you guys have heard or may have seen led by example and have influenced you guys to, make better choices throughout the day, throughout the course of your life. So if there is anything that, rings that bell to you, take it, use it, run with it, and, make it apply to your everyday life because it isn't going to change. We have to keep going.
Absolutely. You can take those things and we can talk about a bunch more of them. One of the things that if you find a mantra that you really like, if you find something that really holds true to you, I think the best thing to do, I used to do this all the time, is I used to write things down daily. I used to write daily affirmation. So if there was something that I really wanted, there was something I really wanted to remind myself. I don't know if you ever read the book Rhinoceros Success. I forgot who it's by, but it's like a funny book. It's not supposed to be taken too seriously, but you can take a lot from it, and it's all about being a rhinoceros. And they say, you have to read out your daily affirmation. Your daily affirmation is, I'm a rhinoceros. You want to stampede through success. You want to take charge of your day. You want to stampede like a rhinoceros.
Okay, I get that.
And I remember, I had this daily affirmation, I'm a rhinoceros, and then it was going to be all the goals I wanted for the day, the week, the month, the year. And I had that written down, I wrote it down, I memorized it. I haven't read that book since I was 18. I'm turning 26. So, I still remember that specific daily affirmation. So, if you ever find, a quote, even if it's one of the ones that we say today, it's something that you should really just hold on to. I want you to write it down. I want you to put it up on your mirror, your bathroom mirror, or something that you can see every day to remind yourself. Because that's how we change. We rewire our brains, and that's how we get ourselves to remember everything.
Yeah, and I would agree with you, and I really do like that you touch based on the mindset thing, because again, that's what we are trying to do as personal trainers: change people's mindsets, change people's sight and look on different views of many things that may change your life. So when we come into this thing, it doesn't just apply to the gym, it applies to your goals as well and what you want to achieve. So that's something you have to think about. It carries on from the start to the journey that you're really writing your own book, really. That's what I want to say. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but you're writing your own passage right now in the book. It's still open. There's so many more pages that are unclear. So think about where you started and how you started and what was there for you when you started, and then keep that and apply back into your everyday life, just to keep going on that path to lead you in the right direction. Oh no, I can't speak right now.
No, it's a little early. We're both a little tired. We already started our cut. But I'm so glad you said that about like you're writing your own story, because you are writing your own story. You're writing your own book. I don't know if you've ever done this. I always treat my life, and I always like act as if I'm going to be interviewed on like a documentary series in my head. So
that's interesting.
I mean, maybe it's like a little psychotic on my end, but I feel like I always live my life as if I had to explain back my life in a docuseries about what I did, why I did what I did, and like, you know, where, like what got me to where I was. In my head, I guess that's my own narcissism of I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be so, like, I'm going to bring myself to a point where people want to interview me about my life and how I got to where I want to be. So in my head, I'm always making these mock interviews of myself.
Yeah.
And my actions are going to be, you know, brought up in this interview. So I want to make sure that I'm undeniable, and I want to make sure that my actions are what I want to be remembered for.
Yeah, I get that.
How I want to be changed. I don't know, another really big story, and it's like it's cheesy now, but I feel like it really did hit home in high school. You ever read the poem The Dash?
What's that about? No.
I'm a literary genius right now, right?
Yeah, this is two things I haven't read. Nice.
This one's really, because it talks about your epitaph. It talks about your grave, and it talks about that little dash between the year you were born and the year you died.
Yeah.
And how your entire life lived in that dash. So
That's
what do you want that dash to be full of?
Ooh, that's interesting.
So that's another one that really reminds me, but I'm getting a little heavy. So I want to switch over to some of the silly ones. Like, there is something that actually rings true when I'm walking in the mall. And I had, shout out to my principal, he's no longer the principal of Sachem North High School, Mr. Dolan. He had what's called a Dolanisms. And he had all these different rules. Yeah, man.
Okay.
And he started every assembly with these mottos, these mantras. They were all over the walls. And if anyone is from Sachem North, they know exactly what I'm talking about. I can rattle them off right now, but I want to talk about the first one, which is state of the right. He always said state of the right. And that is simple traffic laws. He said, when you're in the hallway, don't be on the left side. Don't be against the grain. Don't be causing a pileup. Don't be stupid. Stay to the right, and let everyone, like, that way we can have like a nice, even hallway.
Yeah.
Everyone can talk.
I get that. That's so good.
When I walk in the mall, man, I'm seeing these people that are just going against the grain. I'm like, damn, man, stay to the right.
Agree.
Stay to the right.
I
Something as simple
agree.
as that. Just following simple directions.
I like that a lot.
Goes a long way.
I like
Shout
that
out
a
Mr.
lot,
Dolan,
actually.
because I say that all the time. I'll grab my girl and be like, stay to the right, be polite. Damn, like.
I like that a lot. And then what else?
I have a bunch. I mean, I have a few. So I got that one.
That was a good one. What are you talking about? That was a good one.
I like that one. So his whole thing was like, stay to the right, be polite. There were a couple of them, like, attendance really counts. You know, I didn't care about that. I was not in school a lot. But I'm also, like, I grew up a Boy Scout. So I grew up with all the different, you know, the Scout law, the Scout oath. But one of the biggest things from the Boy Scouts is actually leave no trace. So this, it really pertained to, like, camping and anywhere you went.
It said no face, no case.
So stupid. But leave no trace is all about, you know, cleaning up after yourself and make sure that you're leaving a place, you know, like it was. Like, you want to leave no trace. But I remember my grandma was really big. She was a big part of my life and a big part of my scouting. And I remember I used to, like, clean up just what I had. But, you know, like, we came to a campsite and it was dirty already. So I would clean up my stuff, and she would get so mad at me. Yeah. She would go, no, clean that up too. We're leaving no trace. I'm like, Grandma, this wasn't my thing. Like, this wasn't my stuff. And she said, I'm leaving it like I found it. She was like, no. You're going to leave a place better than you found it.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay.
My grandma passed, and I still remember, like, this is the biggest thing. This is what holds my whole life together right now is leaving a place better than you found it. I'm leaving the world better than I found it. That's my goal, and that's what makes me strive to do what I want to do, because that's what my grandma did.
Yeah.
And so in honor of her, that's why I'm going to leave no trace. I'm going to leave a ripple, and that's what I want to leave in life. And that one stuck to me. So if there's anything that you can take from what I say today, I want you to remember, leave a place better than you found it. Leave the world better than you found it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And I like how you were touching base on, like, past things that you took things from and you still applied to your life. I would say I was never a Boy Scout, but my high school also had like a cheesy, line. It was pride, spirit, and heart, and that's something, being an athlete, we had to say it all.
Of course.
The whole year. I played football, wrestling, and lacrosse, so we're saying it the whole year, and that's something that you really abide by, you know what I mean? And you really think about it. You think about having pride. You think about having that spirit. You think about having that heart. Three simple things that, really makes you think about life in a different perspective and how you want to go about life and how you want to live life and what you want to do with life. So I say that to just say that the line of concentration is everything. Just like how he's saying what means dearest to him is everything. It means dear to me. So take what you think and make it dear to you and abide by it every single day. I can't express that enough.
Right, absolutely. I feel like, especially in our industry, there's so many cheesy lines. There's so many like corny things that people say. There's so much stuff that we can look at, we can roll our eyes, and we can make fun of. But I feel like it's okay to embrace the cheese, man. Like really, take on the cheese and enjoy it, and like. If a couple words on the paper or a screen mean that much to you, and you take them and you apply them to your life and you make yourself better for it, like rise and grind. That's the one that we hear all the time. And you rolled your eyes right there. I always I'm like, ugh. But you know what? Some
so
people
hard to get up in the morning.
Yeah, and some people that's how people get up in the morning, man. They say rise and grind. Let's get this bread.
Yeah.
And those things it really helps people go through. So I want to personally invite you all to embrace the cheese. I want you guys to be okay with some of these lines. And if a line, you don't have to share it. If you want to share it and it means that much to you, go for it. But I want you guys to really feel empowered. This is outside. This episode is really outside the gym. This episode, we're not really talking about the gym. We're talking about life. We're talking about how you are as a person, how to mold yourself as a person. I want you to take these lines. I want you to write them down. I want you to remember them. Not even our lines. Maybe something that you saw online or something you saw in passing, or a passage from a book that you read, or something spiritual, whatever it is for you that gets you through your day and helps keep you grounded and focus on a single goal. Because at the end of the day, in the gym and outside the gym, goal setting is important.
Yeah, goal setting and keeping that eye on the prize is very important. So that's something that we got to try and direct ourselves into the right path and doing every single day. And,
Absolutely. Is there any other ones that really take heart, really?
I mean, it's really just that for me, I would say. There's so many other things that make it difficult for us to keep our eye on the prize. So we could touch base on that. What would you say is a major distraction, that'll get in the way of, your focus?
Ooh, negativity on social media. Or problematic social media. So I actually, I'm on TikTok still. So I know you hate it, but I'm on it. But it's alright. We'll see.
Give it up 2 weeks.
We'll see. But it's the same thing on Instagram, same thing on Facebook. There is a commodity in negativity. There's absolutely they want to see you mad. They want to see you upset. Because that's what's going to keep you fixated and engaged. And you're going to be arguing in the comments. First off, unless you're commenting on our video, why are you commenting on social media, man? Unless you are talking to us and sending us, why are you having these discussions? Why are you fighting with people on a computer? I can't understand.
When I see a funny video, I go to the comments.
And that's the thing, man. That's what engages people. But, I do that too. And, I'm the worst at this. That's why I had to actively get myself out of that situation. Where if I'll see, a stitch, or where someone is going after another person, they're arguing someone else's point, or someone's spreading wrong information, the other one is spreading even worse information, and then you go into the comments and you get even worse information.
Yeah.
And you just fill your mind with this negativity.
Exactly.
That's something. I'm sorry, go on.
My bad, because that's what gets the likes, the views, and the publicity. That's what gets pushed. Negative things what's funny? People falling and actually getting hurt.
Right. No, you're right.
And then in the gym space, what's getting pushed.
Right, making fun of people's bad form,
exactly,
or someone doing something silly that they don't know.
Shouldn't even be recording that person in the first place in the gym.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's so bad out here. But my bad.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? That it reminds me to another quote that my mom says, and I think she got it from someone else. What you fill your mind with is what you're going to output. So if you're filling your mind with nonsense and you're filling your mind with negativity and anger and rough stuff, and that's all you're going to that's how you're going to live your life. You're going to live your life with this like anger and this animosity, this malice. I've been watching.
My bad.
No,
As one of my coaches, he had Coach Hayes, still same guy. Best coach, man. I love him to death, man. He should have took me to his wedding. I don't know. He got married in Hawaii my senior year, and I should have been invited. So
that's crazy.
Resentment towards you, but it's all good. All right, but he would say it's a beautiful day for a beautiful day.
I like it.
How cliche is that? How simple is that?
Yeah, but I like it.
And who makes it the beautiful day?
You make it a beautiful day. Not because yours. Make it a beautiful day.
You know what I mean? Beautiful day for a beautiful day, and we could keep carrying that on too. But
absolutely. No, you're good. Like this is something that I noticed when I started seeing positivity slideshows on my For You page, and I realized it was like a happy little song in the background. It was just like slideshows of like, you don't know how far you've come, you don't know how far you can go, and I'm starting to see all these things, and this weight fell off me, and I realized, what I've been scrolling through is all negativity.
Yeah.
So I started actively if you're blocked on my TikTok, it's because you were saying some negative nonsense, and I just can't deal with that. So I put people muted. I put people not interested. I block people. I get myself. So all I'm seeing now is I'm deep in TikTok For You page, man, where I'm watching I'm watching a man make chopsticks traditionally. Like he's literally carving the wood. Like I'm deep. I don't see the things that you see on TikTok, man. And it's like what you fill your mind with. And also, how much time are you spending on social media?
Oof.
Because
it's definitely consuming. You're actually spending a lot more time than you need to be, and that actually plays a role into anxiety and depression for our generation and all that
100%.
stuff. I think it takes you away from actually doing something or putting action, and something that I also live by. I got it from a book that I read, actually. Yeah, I read books. It's called 12 Rules of Life, but it's got this guy Jordan B. Peterson. I advise everyone to look at it, look into him as well. But he was saying that without order, there's chaos, and basically, ever since I've read that line last year, man, I've been trying to fix it up, get onto my game, stay on my game. So, again, without order, there's chaos. So, there's a lot of distractions, like we're talking about with the social medias. And I like that you said that you started looking and searching for the happy and positive things that are out there, because there is stuff that is out there. You want to be mindful that you are in control of what you see and what you want to see. So, on your own social media, you don't have to be scrolling through all that negative stuff. You could easily flush it out of your feed by looking into more positive stuff. Like him on Instagram, I follow this one thing. It's called the Happiness Project, and they do the same thing, like little affirmations to let you know that you're doing good. And it wasn't until last year that I followed that, and it was like, I feel weird now. Like
it changes you.
It's like, what is this? Like, and it's not even any real person saying it. You're just reading it off of a screen. You know what I mean? And it can change and impact your life in a positive way. So keep that outlook and keep searching and being in seek for positive outlooking things that'll change your life or impact your life in a positive way.
Yeah, absolutely. I like how you said we don't realize how much time we spend on social media. Set time limits. Every phone has this now. It has time limits on apps.
Yeah.
Where even if you can turn it off, you can it'll tell you, hey, you've reached your time limit. You can turn it off, but one thing it'll do is gonna break the line of concentration. If your line of concentration is 14 hours of TikTok, then you're going to not have good concentration. You're going to be your brain's going to melt from just all the nonsense that's on there.
Yeah, now think about this. I was talking, who was I talking to? I was talking to my cousin, okay. He was telling me about his girlfriend. He's like, she can no longer watch a full episode of a TV show on Netflix because she's been scrolling on TikTok, and the time span is 15 to a minute. And now she's like, she can only watch the first 5 minutes. If she's not interested, she's turning it off. She can't stay. And I'm like, TikTok, man, that's terrible. But that's everyday life, and that's actually happening to children.
So it's getting worse. Like one thing they're doing, because they know people's attention span are shot, so they'll actually take clips. Like this is, and I'm so guilty of this too. They take clips of a show.
Yeah.
And then they'll actually put like Subway Surfer or like other of those like stupid brain games.
Yeah. I get it.
So like you're actually watching both at the same time, so your attention span is so absolutely blasted. And I've been guilty of this too, where I noticed I had to force myself, where I literally had to cover up half my screen. Like, let me see if I can just go through a whole clip without getting bored, and without the bottom part that keep my attention.
Like, I get it. We could get bored sometimes. Like yesterday, I was watching a boring YouTube video, and I'm like, I don't even care to watch the rest. That wasn't my attention span not lasting, because I was able to watch another video right after. But it's like, it's just too easy, and it takes too much time, and it's something that I realized myself last year. I don't know why I made all these realizations last year, but I was going through a change in my life that was necessary, and I'm still, trying to stay on it.
22 last year?
Yeah.
I think that's the time where everyone's brain flips over.
No, I turned 23.
Oh, you turned 23, okay.
24 in June, baby. Let's go. Turned 23, and I made all these realizations last year, right? So basically, I literally started going on because I was making videos, editing videos, posting videos every single day, every other day. It was terrible. So you can only imagine how much time I actually spent on this thing. And I literally was losing my mind. So I went out of my way to see how much time I spent on Instagram. Turns out I was only spending like maybe 50 minutes a day on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, only 50. Guess what? That was too much. Even so, it was only about 50 minutes. I was going on to post, put the music, do all that stuff for all the videos that I would do, and then my weekly wouldn't be as much as I thought it would be, but it would just be the time spent doing other things on my phone. So it doesn't even have to be Instagram, social medias. It could be other things. It could be a lot of other things distracting you or keeping you from, keeping you from doing action and taking responsibility of your life and actually, moving forward. So I just want to touch base on that. I don't know. I'm chatting now.
No, it's good. And because you were actively on it, I feel like it's, because I'm the same way. I'll post and ghost. So I try to stay as little on Instagram and TikTok as possible. I'll edit all my videos, I'll do all that, and then I'll drop and go. And I won't sit around and watch videos like I used to. Like, I'll see what else is going on. But now it's just a matter of posting, getting my stuff out there, because at the end of the day, we do need social media for our business. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. But we have to, also be mindful of our time, especially because you and I have such a limited time. And that's something I realized once I started taking out all the time wasters.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's talk about sideways energy.
Ooh,
I like this episode. This is a good life talk episode. This is just like fireside chats with Uncle Will and Uncle Quan.
Coaches Convos.
Coaches Convos. That's what I'm talking about. We're coaches outside the gym too.
Call me Grandpa Quan. Facts.
That's the title of the video. Call me Grandpa Quan. But sideways energy. So I think it was a pastor that he always talked about sideways energy, and he'd said, what are the top 3 things that you're spending 75% of your energy on? What are the things that you want to spend the most time with? I want you to name 3 things, and I want you to spend most of your time doing that. Everything else has to go to the wayside. Warren Buffett had something, I think he said, yeah, I like that one, because it was like, all right, name me 3, only 3 things that you want to spend all your time on, and most of your time on. And then you're going to see what you prioritize. So for me, it would be the gym. At the time, it was my job, and then it was my family. Mm-hmm. So then, all right, well, now my friends went to the way. I had to spend less time, hanging out with friends, less time playing video games, less time wasting my time, and more time being actively with my family, taking care of my job, and the gym. Yeah, and that's what it was. So I think it was Warren Buffett that he said, I want you to list the top 25 goals you want to see in life.
Uh-huh.
Now I want you to circle the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Forget the rest of them. Forget the other 20. You don't need them. You're not going to be able to do them. Those top 5.
You guys should do that. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I like
that one.
I like that.
And that's the biggest thing. So what is your sideways energy? Is your sideways energy TikTok? Is your sideways energy arguing online? Is your sideways energy too much sleep? Are you just laying in bed and just not doing anything? Is it video games? I think video games are fun. I play video games, but I don't play as much as I used to. I used
You're
to
not
spend
making
hours.
money off it, right?
I'm not making.
Okay.
No, I'm not a Twitch streamer.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're not a streamer. I wish I was a streamer.
Neither of us are good enough to be Twitch streamers.
No. Don't breathe.
I knew it was on that. I knew it was
I'm a stud, yo. If you guys want to work in Madden, yo, let me know.
Alright, never mind. Leave me.
I got a few of you guys watching this right now that play on the sticks. I don't know. You guys would be left on 0.
Shh. He's adding me, guys. He's talking about me. Put me in the negatives. I was getting safeties, but
yeah, but I like that because it's really, it comes back into taking action and taking the responsibility of your life. You can end up playing video games, but understand that it will ultimately, it's not a waste of time because you are enjoying yourself with it. But think about how much time that you spend. I think about how much time with all my friends who literally leave school, leave practice, go right on Xbox until 3 a.m, go back to school the next day.
Yep.
Think about all that time spent just playing video games. It ultimately is time wasted when you take your goal seriously. When you think about it in that way.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. It's like if once you're putting so much effort into your top 3 things, then the other stuff doesn't really. You're not gonna even want to do those other things. Like I want to play video games sometimes, but it doesn't. The pull to play video games, or the pull to sit on TikTok, or the pull to do, other nonsense stuff doesn't drive me and doesn't excite me as much as I want to record this video, I want to do this podcast, I want to edit this video so we can drop it on time, I want to be with my family, I want to spend time with people, I want to work out, and stuff like that, and it's just so important. That's more important to me.
Yeah, trying to find that balance is very challenging, but you do have to. I like that. I like that a lot. That makes makes more sense when you have to unfortunately drop things out. Spending time with friends, unfortunately, can play a major role in a lack of success, depending on the group of friends that you're surrounded by. If you have people that are uplifting you and pushing you in the positive direction, I wouldn't say that's so bad, but one thing I think that is a negative for our age group around there is the influence of going out on the weekends and constant drinking, and all that stuff just leads to negative actions. It blurs your mind, puts you in a bad headspace, and it's not healthy.
And even that, because
I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said, but it's gonna relate to the gym. Man.
I like it. Yeah, and mine's gonna be. And one thing people don't talk about when it comes to
bro. Damn, I had the fucking Nicky. Getting spazzing, bro. Yeah.
I got the fucking Nicky.
Yeah, bro. Jeez.
I just see it in your head. You're quick with it. You're stealthy. One of the things that we don't talk about when it comes to the party life and all that stuff, you're gonna have fun in the moment, but what you don't realize is the aftermath. So if you go out on Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, your Monday's useless.
Take it from me.
Oh yeah. Your Monday's absolutely you're not gonna be able to start your week off right. And now we're gonna talk about, and that's part of sideways energy. So now you spend all the sideways energy here. Now you don't have 75% mental capacity to put in 75% effort on the things that you want to put in.
And that's something that I, fell victim to. Even inside the gym space, I entered a bodybuilding competition and I couldn't give up hanging out with my friends and going out on the weekends and even drinking. And that's just something that health-wise isn't good. And I want to just touch base on that because inside the gym, if we are trying to be, competitors and trying to get into our best shape and physique, the alcohol is wasted calories. Now that we're talking about that, wasted calories are going to keep you farther away from your goal. So, just like we were talking about the sideways
energy.
Sideways energy.
Give me a side eye.
Side eye, hard side eye. Yeah. All right, but even so, the sideways energy, keeping that in mind, you're going to have to drop going out, you're going to have to drop drinking, and even so for your workspace, if you want to be efficient in work, and like you were saying with your friends and family, just being healthy, having healthy relationships, being a nice person, being a good person overall, you got to be cautious of the things that you put inside your body, whether that's food, and drinking is part of your nutrition as well. So I don't know, I'm going to spin circles around it, but just try to avoid or monitor how much you actually drink, and you go out, you have fun, all that stuff, but I even say to this day, there was a point where I fell into, my whole group of friends, we all fell into where you guys could have said we are alcoholics. And I know so many people that are still out at the same spot to this day. It's been now, I'm only 23. 21 was the COVID year, so the bars were all shut down, all that stuff. 22, so it's been going on the
2
third.
years straight.
Yeah, it's going to be the third year straight that they're just hammering. And honestly, for the younger people that are watching this, I know you're drinking. I know you're drinking. Like, we got to think about that. Yes, you'll have some fun, but also, I mean, your physique maybe doesn't matter as much because you're younger, but you know, you still got a lot more time. But you got to think about that. It does play a major role, and then you got to think about the mistakes. Something that happened to me, just for example, is I had a great time at the bars, drinking with my friends. Had my car parked at my friend's house. Now it's maybe we left at like maybe 1 o'clock. Now it's maybe 4 in the morning. Took a nap at his house. Woke up, and then I got into a car accident, and I hit a freaking I hit another car. Exactly. So it's not good, and you have to learn from those lessons, and you don't need to go through the experiences to learn from them. You can learn from someone like myself. So yeah, just food for thought.
That's another good saying that I live by. A wise man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes.
Yeah,
That's an old proverb.
Yeah.
But since you brought up the gym and Sideways Energy, let's talk about Sideways Energy and your goals. So I know so many people, and I was guilty of this too. I wanted to be shredded, and I wanted to be incredibly strong, and I wanted to be jacked, and I wanted to be athletic, and I wanted to be, so you can have all those goals, but if you're trying to do a powerlifter's regimen as well as a bodybuilder's regimen on an athlete's diet while trying to run a 5K all at the same time, you're not going to really get far in any of those. Exactly. You're not going to get far in any of those. You could train in blocks. So this is another, like, now back to being coaches, back to being trainers. You might want to block out, you know, if you're not training for any kind of competition, maybe you're training for like a Spartan race. All right, well now we need to we need to focus on athleticism, and we need to focus on cardio. And then maybe after that, like, man, I really just want to lift circles. I want to lift heavy metal for a couple months. All right, well now we're going to switch over to a powerlifting block. And then, oh, you know what, now it's getting more out. I want to start looking shredded. All right, now we're going to start doing a bodybuilding kind of block. So trying to do them all at once, you're not going to get far. Like, multitasking is a myth. As much as I want to say that I'm the best multitasker on the planet, you're not doing anything good, you're doing everything awful.
Yeah, and that's what I say. I'm like, for one example, I'm like, for some reason, I can't be doing something and stay on the phone.
Yes, we talked about this.
I feel like I can, but I know that I cannot give full attention to both things at once. And that's something that I say to my athletes, my kids. I'm like, guys, if I'm showing you and trying to explain the workout, you guys should not be doing it as I'm doing it. That means that you guys are not fully attentive to what I'm telling you and showing you, because now you are trying to proceed to do it as I do it. I get that you may know it, but there's other people in the classroom that doesn't know, and it's just not, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I don't think that you could attend to I don't think that you could attend to two things at once. You may be good, you may have the skill for it, but one thing is lacking. You are not 100% on two or multiple things at once, unless you're juggling.
So stupid.
You're so
dumb.
Not as fast.
But even with that specific case of, like, your athlete, like, they might think they know what they're doing, and they're not. You know how many times I've shown someone, all right, we're going to do a chest press. Let me show you how to do it. No, I know how to do it. Elbows all the way out here, shrugged up. I'm like, no, you don't know how to do it, actually. Stand up. Let me show you how to do it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I agree. I get so frustrated when people want to talk to me on the phone when I know I have stuff to do. Like, oh, why don't you just stay on the phone while you clean or while you do that? I can't. I cannot focus on two things at once.
Yeah.
My mind races all the time, and I'm bouncing on different ideas, and I can multitask to the point of where I can have a conversation with you while I'm counting reps for my client with 70% accuracy. But that's the thing, 70% accuracy. Yeah. I don't want to always do that because I'm not giving my client my full
So you pull out the count
attention.
on your hand, you go.
Oh, I'm so bad. I'm very guilty of that. Like, when they're trying to talk to me when they're having a conversation as we're doing our workout, I'm holding up hands because they swear I can't count anyway. So I have
literally.
And I know it's their fault, so I have evidence.
I'm training, I could count 3 more.
Yeah.
But I like that you're talking about the training in blocks inside the gym, because you could apply everything that you apply to the gym outside the gym, and you should be doing that in a sense anyway. Okay. So with that being said, say you're lacking in one area of your life, like spending time with your family. Understand that that's okay. It's not going to be everlasting unless you make it everlasting. You should try to apply more pressure if it's okay to, if you have the time or space to, and there's not a lot. You don't have a lot of other responsibilities going on in your life. For my older group of guys watching, same thing with your friends and if you're lacking in that. It's just a block, all right? So you won't ever stay in that block, and if you do stay in that block, that's not going to be necessarily healthy for you as a person to grow. So, life is always changing. So
absolutely,
that's corny.
No,
life is always changing.
All these things have been corny, but it's always true. And on top of those blocks, there's also a matter of, and I was so guilty of this, being surrounded by the concept of busy, being enthralled by the concept of busy, that I didn't make time when I could have.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm doing now. If a friend reaches out to me, hey man, like thinking of you, like want to hang out, I'm gonna set a specific date, and I'm going to look and be like, in reality, I'm free this day. So I'm going to make it a point, like, hey man, can you hang out, even if it's like 2 or 3 weeks from now. Be like, this is when I'm free. I want to make sure that we hang out together.
Yeah.
And, I just got a lot going on, but I can be free this time. And making that a priority. So, if friendship, if family is more important, is one of your goals, is one of your top 3, then even if work and other things are busier, like if work and school are consuming most of it, like 65% of it, you can still take that 10% and really focus in on, all right, well, I know Tuesday I only have half a day, so I'm going to spend that time with my family, or something like that. That's what I do. My schedule ended up being my Tuesdays were free and my Saturdays were free, so I made it a point to make those quality time days.
Yeah, and you just got to keep that goal in mind. What do you want to achieve with your life at the time that you have? You got to not live in the past, not live in the future, but live for the present right now. What can you change right now, and what can lead you in the right direction for the future necessarily? But think about the past and use the past, use everything that we've learned to impact our future. So like, I'm not drinking on prep anymore.
No, I barely drink anyway.
Yeah, if you've seen my first transformation from my first prep to my second prep, where I was night and day. Go check it out for yourselves.
Yeah, no, go check it out. His ass gonna be down here, mine's gonna be right here.
Plug.
Perfect segue.
Perfect plug.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This episode was a lot of fun. We definitely took on more of real people as more than just coaches. We really kind of talk to you as people, not just trainers that are trying to train you. And we hope you liked it. If you like more life talks like this, please let us know. And we'll definitely we have a lot of even though we're young, we have a lot of life experience, and we have a lot of perspective that we've just accumulated over time that we want to talk about, and we love to share with you guys, and hopefully that it can impact you outside the gym as much as we can impact you inside the gym. Like I said, our ads are going to be down here if you want to DM us, if you want to talk to us, if you're looking for training. Both of us have links in our bio for training questionnaires that you can fill out, and then we can get in contact with you. But if you're looking to just kind of talk with us, chat with us, and if you have any ideas for topics, let us know. Comment them down below.
Reaction videos, something.
Reaction videos coming soon. Yeah. Please send us stuff, and we'll just before it gets banned.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys.
Some reaction videos.
Definitely. We'll see you guys every Tuesday at 10 a.m.